Jesus Christ. How much do you really know about him? Greetings, this is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien. And because of my age, certainly entitled to speak this particular person, because he has been born at a time where my forebears have been roaming the wild pastures of this planet Earth. And they have been telling me about this great man and humanist. The very first one, after an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, preached human behavior, which would eventually lead to a consciousness in humans which have mercy and respect for the life of others. But my dear friends, how much do you really know about him? Well, you have a book, and certainly I do too, which is very well known and shows you stories about this man and his life, crucifixion and resurrection. This book is called the Bible, and it has been as a second testament, the one which you love most and tell your children about. Yes, I agree with you. Jesus Christ was one of us. Jesus Christ was one of the greatest human-alien, tall white alien hybrids at his time. And that gave him also the enlightenment he needed in order to preach that what you call today civilization, civilized behavior between human beings. But this book, which I showed you, and most of you have, particularly the Christians between you, it's called the Bible. Wait a minute. Well, this is not the Bible, as you can see, but it comes close to it in its intelligent approach. Will not tell you who this man really was. Besides his humane approach, he had some certain characteristics which I would like to give you one or two hints about. As any human being, or son of God, as he called himself, because he was a son of us, the tall white aliens, he had both sides, black and white, good and bad, in him, just like anybody else, except his mind was much, much further developed than yours, and he could create an atmosphere of passion inside of himself, which most of you even today, 2,000 some years later, are not able of. This man, Jesus Christ, had, as I said, many, many different shades of personality. One of them, besides his good-heartedness and high development in illumination, was his love for partying and women. Yes, my dear friends, Jesus Christ was a womanizer, which I will not justify or even bring you to believe this is a bad trait. No. A strong young man at the age of 25 or up to 32, as he was supposed to be living, but he lived much longer, of course, has the right to have his joy, has the right to pursue the female opposite of himself. Yes, Jesus Christ drank too much of wine. He had his share of light women, and he tremendously enjoyed his time until he had to leave in a hurry into another country to save his very life. This, my dear friends, has been told by my elders and has been given from generation to the next in the human-alien hybrid population as a piece of information. Besides his love for ladies and the spirits, particularly the wine of its time, he had, because of that, a problem with his intestines and his stomach. Too much wine and too little food in between brought him into the situation and gave him the condition of a foul smell out of his mouth. And as much his friends and disciples and ladies loved Jesus Christ, I must say here and now, he had a bad breath. This bad breath of Jesus Christ is well known by the insiders and even is being known and being written down in the archives of the Vatican. Naturally, this knowledge is not being shared with the public because it would damage the image of a God, which of course was nothing but a man, of high standing, of course. As I said in the beginning of this, everything has its black and white and good and bad sides, and Jesus Christ certainly had most of his good share, but also had his weak points. And one of it, besides the bad breath, the womanizing and the alcohol abuse, which he was known for, was his bad temper. Yes, he was a woman beater. Yes, sometimes when he had a glass too much, he would even jump at his friends. But nevertheless, the times when he was sober, Jesus Christ was the very first humanist and lover of humankind the world has seen. Rudolf of Germany.